everyone, and welcome back to Tutorials of Tone. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. What we're diving into today, Midnight Train to Memphis by Chris Stapleton. This is a super gritty, awesome tone from one of the greatest songwriters of the 21st century. This is a really cool thing, dialing in a Princeton Reverb, or if that's not to your liking and you have heavier inclinations such as myself, we have a treat for you as well. Let's dive right in. First up in our preset, we have our input block. Everything here is at stock settings, except the threshold of our gate is at negative 47.5 dB. It's where I like having it for my Morse Music Man guitars, as well as the Fender Tele, both of which I use on all of the country gigs that I play. For this tune, I'm on the bridge humbucker throughout. The first effect in our chain is a drive block. We're using the Eternal Love type. This is really used with zero drive, all level. Old school, just boosting the front of a Princeton Reverb. And we get that wonderful, gritty, spacious tone that Chris gets from that live record, as you heard in the intro. Our tone is dialed up just a little bit. There's not a lot of low end on the original tone, so we're trying to be true to that with our OG scene here. We're running that drive into a Princeton Reverb, as mentioned. We have our gain up quite a bit. We're at 7.5. We have our bass rolled down and a cut switch engaged. Treble up to about 1 o'clock with a bright switch engaged. And our presence up to 2.5. Our master volume is at 7.5. We have nothing to speak of for low cut, but we do have an 8500 Hertz high cut. So again, our tone with the drive sounds like this. And without. This really pushes the front end of that amp. Pretty cool. We're running that amp into a pair of 1x10 Princeton Reverb IRs with a 121A and a 121B. We have 120 Hz low cut and an 8500 Hz high cut in the preamp tab of our cab. In parallel, we are running into a medium spring reverb. This is kind of the linchpin of this tone on that live in studio recording. So getting that nice squish, very important to the Chris Stapleton sound. Also in parallel, we have an analog mono delay at an 1/8 note quantization. The BPM of our tune is at 88, though there is a tap tempo should your band change their mind. It's really nice to have this option when you're jumping between rhythm and lead lines to just give you a little bit of extra space and mojo. So you could play like this. A really nice additive texture here. As you can see, there is no lead boosting or filter block or 3 dB boost at the end. There's no real guitar solo. You're playing as an ensemble. There's no real need for that in this particular preset. However, maybe the Princeton Reverb isn't your thing. The original tone is not really to your liking and your style. It doesn't really jive with your musicality. There is an option hidden beneath the surface of FC1. Jumping to a Mesa Boogie 2C+, this will really get you going. Super fun and really fun to bring in that wah, especially when you're on this Mesa Boogie 2C+. We have really Metallica laden tones dialed in here. Gain and overdrive at 6.5, bass and cut, bringing that low end down, scooping a little bit of the mids, not a lot, and the treble and bright switch engaged. The presence is up to around 1, 2 o'clock, and a little bit of added depth for power amp low end. We have a 50 Hz low cut and 8500 Hz high cut. We're running that into a pair of Mesa Boogie cabs. We have a traditional with a 57 and then a 121 rolled back 5 dB. On our cab block, just a 10K high cut, nothing to speak of for our low cut. For our wah block, we are using the John Petrucci Crybaby wah settings. So as you can see, we have a 240 Hz min and 1500 Hz max on our frequency range. And of course, the mountain of mids for our tone. Very throaty, very scoopy, very wonderful. So if you're not going for authentic and you just want heavy, maybe the crowd wants heavy, maybe your bandmates do, you have that option at your feet. That about does it for this preset. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have fun rocking out to this tune. If it's not already on your set list in your country band, this is a cool one to add. It's a really cool set opener and really gets things off to the races. If you enjoyed this video, there are plenty more throughout the channel that you can check out with tutorials of tone, Fractal 101s, gear reviews, playthroughs, etc. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.